How's it going, guys? Blu-rayDave here, back with another video, and of course this is MCU related. Now, hopefully some of you guys saw my unboxing for Black Panther, the DMC exclusive that I got months ago, because I believe this came out the same day Wakanda Forever came out on Blu-ray. Now, as cool and as exciting that we got another 10-year anniversary cover physically, because this used to be like a digital cover for a while. It just doesn't make sense now. Like, if they're still going to continue them, then why haven't they finished them sooner? And how come they didn't want to release, especially this one, to the public, like at like general stores, like like your Targets, your WalMarts, Best Buys, your Costco's, whatever. Like, I get it. It's a DMC exclusive. They wanted to promote this on there. But did you also ever think, with some of the other MCU projects coming out in recent years, that Marvel and Disney in general didn't bother to re-release some previous MCU movies on Blu-ray with the digital covers? So if you're a member of the DMC, every month you should be able to get like a catalog of obviously not every Disney title, but like some of the more popular ones. And um, I stopped being a member for a little while, got a little out of control. Without fail, every time I'm always saying like Ant-Man the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Endgame, and the current Phase 4 movies, and all of them have the digital covers, right? So, Disney, I really hope you're not throwing your customers off with those, because you're going to convince them that those covers actually exist physically, which you all know it's not possible right now. But if you live in Europe or Australia, you're lucky to get those covers. I am aware of those covers. Unfortunately, I don't want to get them because I like my covers clean, right? I don't like seeing big age recommendations on front of them. Like, it just throws the collections off. Like, again, Europe and Australia, you people are lucky to have those covers. Okay, so like take Thor: Love and Thunder for example. The DMC should have made a re-release for Thor Ragnarok, right? Like, they purposely skipped that just to like get this one out. Like, seriously, Disney, would it have bothered you just to spend like a couple bucks just to make an actual physical version of Thor Ragnarok with the 10th anniversary cover? And for Quantumania, I feel like they could have re-released Ant-Man the Wasp on the DMC again with the digital cover, right? And perfect timing with Captain Marvel, or not. I was gonna say Captain Marvel 2. The Marvels coming out this fall, which is 2 months away. It'd be a perfect opportunity for the DMC to re-release Captain Marvel again with the 10-year anniversary cover. Um, of course, unfortunately though, like if you guys have movies anywhere, you guys know that Endgame and Captain Marvel are the only two right now of the Infinity Saga that don't have those covers. But if you have Voodoo, they have the covers, right? So you're good on that. Even so, I feel like it'll be impossible in a few years, but I'm pretty sure Disney will do this at some point before these movies come out. I feel like with the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars movies coming out in a few years' time, I feel like that would be a good time for the DMC to re-release Infinity War and Endgame with the covers, right? Like, just to make the match. Like, sure, I'll buy them all. Um, and I still wish we had an official cover for Spider-Man Far From Home. Like, again, Europe and Australia might have a couple of ideas, and who knows if Disney and Sony will go on with that. And with Hulk being at the House of Mouse now, I'm hoping that they'll still keep his cover art, which you can get on Blu-ray and like the digital cover. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to change. So because if you guys remember, the only way you could get Spider-Man Homecoming physically with the with the 10-year anniversary cover was at Walmart or at Best Buy. So these were pretty much Walmart and Best Buy exclusives. Um, Same with the Guardians 2 cover. Um, Doctor Strange, the regular Blu-ray was like that for a while until it got the 4K release. So it's not really an exclusive to both of those stores anymore, but I'm pretty sure that slipcover is pretty rare and I still have it in my collection, right? Gosh, it'd be pretty cool if Big Hero 6 got that treatment. Like, I honestly hoped it would because it is a Marvel movie. Like, I just wish, even though it's not a Marvel Studios film, but Kevin Feige has confirmed it's canon to the MCU, I feel like a proper re release for this film could work. Like, just literally add Marvel Studios on there and give it the MCU treatment, like what Disney has been doing again with their other properties besides Marvel, right? Um, okay, so Disney, if you're like publicly like to your subscribers, right, to your customers for the DMC, publicly showing them like us like the digital covers for the Phase 4 films, then how come you haven't released those on the DMC? And I know they're going to be expensive. I believe for this one, because this is just like a Blu-ray and DVD copy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I believe this was $30 online, but of course there's tax included. But like, hey, if you're going to do that, like, I don't know. I feel like either a proper discount would work in the future or just release them as maybe $15 at least. Because I know this one will cost a lot of money in the future, but I'm not going to give this away. The only difference with this is that, sure, like sometimes when the original covers came out in 2017, here I actually have one here to compare for you guys. So again, take the Incredible Hulk for example. Like they used to be like this. Like you get like the top here. They'll still explain like Blu-ray digital on top, sometimes DVD, and Marvel Studios. If you have the digital copy of this, this will say Marvel Studios on the bottom, right? But do you notice that the two differences here? They show the cast on this cover, and they don't show it on this cover. And on the spines here, whatever films you got that were available physically for these covers, notice how this one says Phase 1? Man, um, I'm still happy that Marvel was able to release all six of these and six of the Phase 2 films like fully in Phase 2, and like with some of them like they were pretty Phase 3 like Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2 were the only three to have Phase 3 on the side, but not Spider-Man Homecoming. I get it, it's a Sony release, but Sony, you could have at least let Disney put Phase 3 on that subcover. And as on the DMC slipcover, it's just like a black spine. Like it doesn't say Phase 3. So I really want to print out stickers that, says phases 1, 2, 3, and 4, and potentially 5, and just put them on the spines and on the slipcovers of these things. Like, oh my gosh. And yes, I did switch out cases because I still have this film on 4K. It's a nice upgrade. Like the black case really works with this. Like the blue was kind of working because this is a regular Blu-ray copy, but it's whatever. And another thing to point out, like with most of the 10-year anniversary subcovers, the backs would be the same, but this is pretty much representing the 2018 release. And of course, this says a 2023 Blu-ray release. So yeah. So if you guys missed out on getting Black Panther on either Blu-ray or 4K, if you're looking for something cool, just sign up for the DMC and you'll be able to get this. Unfortunately, though, guys, you're not going to get this when you sign up. You know how they always promote, when you sign up, you get 4 Disney movies for $1. Like, I tried getting this the first time and I got an extra copy of the Blu-ray by accident, so I had to pay like full price for this. But hey, you know what? This is worth it. Honoring Chadwick Boseman. I have not checked, but hopefully the Disney Plus exclusive intro is on the discs, and hopefully the digital too. I have not watched them movies anywhere. The first time I saw it again, but on Disney Plus with the intro, like it felt so awesome. You know, like the purple and again like um, showing Chadwick Boseman like behind the scenes and all that. Like man, he's jeez, you could definitely tell he was a humble dude. Um, and also, how do these digital MCU covers work? Like, when do they come in? Um, it depends, really. Like, um, on Movies Anywhere, um, they usually go on to the next two films. So, like, Wakanda Forever and Quantumania, they could be the next two, unless if they want to get Guardians 3. Give them, I would say, probably 2 to 4 months, if I remember correctly. Like, again, it really depends on when they'll change them. Like, again, Europe and Australia, sometimes they get them physically early on, and sometimes I think, like, man, is Disney actually going to go with these covers? Because some of these look pretty cool. Like, for the Thor 4 movie collection that I saw for Europe, they chose, like, the Love and Thunder poster, right? And I thought, like, that would be a cool poster for the digital release, right? But again, Disney sometimes doesn't always go with that route because they want to do in their own style. I actually thought these covers were gonna stop because of the Infinity Saga ended, right? Like, I remembered last year when Black Widow finally got their treatment, I'm thinking like, okay, I guess Marvel is still dedicated and committed to releasing those covers. That's pretty cool. Like, if you go online, guys, like look up like say like Jessica Jones, and somebody made a custom cover, actually two covers of Jessica Jones. And can you imagine if I've said this over and over again, but I don't think I mentioned this. Imagine if Disney did re-release, the Netflix shows, but they had those covers. Oh my gosh! Like how cool would that be, guys? Like every time I talk about these covers, like I always get so pumped up and excited because like um, I know these are never gonna end. I know that for a fact. I loved every time you got one of these. The like besides the digital code, they show like a checklist of like the first 12 Blu-rays you could get, and if you got these at Walmart, you got exclusive cards. And you guys know I have some of those cards. I've shown them off on the channel before, so they're pretty cool. Um, yeah. But like I've also said, who knows how long this is gonna go for? Like, uh, would Kevin Feige will want to stop when the multiverse saga ends, or continue on with the mutant saga? Like, oh my gosh, can you imagine like imagine the old Fox movies getting the MCU treatment, right? Like, geez, like, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Disney will re-release all of those movies at some point again with the Disney treatment. Like, I know they're not gonna do that because they were Fox movies, but it's not a bad idea. But then again, it'll probably throw people off. Like, huh? The X-Men movies are canon now? Well, again, it depends. It really freaking depends, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my throat today. Um, but yeah, Disney, just don't throw off your customers who go to the DMC, and when they get these monthly pamphlets, like don't throw them off with the digital covers, because at this point you might as well give those away for free. Like it's it feels like a scam in a way, and you have to like um, treat us with the proper offer. Um, yeah, I just don't know when some of these Other MCU movies will get the covers again, like Captain Marvel and Endgame for Movies Anywhere. Again, if you want to see those covers, um, if you have a Voodoo account, look them up and you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, yeah. Um, I'm not sure how much longer I'll talk about these, but like as long as I'm in the know about these, and as long as I have these things in hand and you guys are in the know about, like, yeah. So it just feels off. Like, Disney, you skipped Thor Ragnarok. Give it its official cover, okay? And, it'll feel nice, right? Like, yeah, I seriously thought, at least with the physical copies, I thought they were going to stop at Homecoming because that isn't a Walmart exclusive. But I guess they gotta release these at different places, right? Like, I wouldn't mind if they re-release them for like Target exclusives. I'm down for that. Um, I highly doubt like a Costco exclusive. Like, get these MCU covers. Like, oh man, Costco always keeps getting brought up anytime I hear people look for like Lego sets or whatever. Like, then how come we don't have a Costco here? Um, I don't know. Um, yeah. So, if I were you guys, I'd pick this up right away. Again, if you're a DMC member, um, and if you know somebody who's a diehard MCU fan and they collect these physically, get this for them, like for their birthday or whatever occasion it is. Like, um, yeah, I'm happy this came out at the right time, especially with me living on my own. Like, I don't know if this would have came out when I was still living with my folks. Like, I don't know if I would have gotten it then. And of course, you are gonna see eBay sellers one day in the future, guys, that they're gonna sell this a crap ton of money because this is a DMC exclusive. Like, and of course, it's you know has the 10th anniversary cover. Like, um, I still find it funny and oxymoron. Like, when the Blu-rays were originally released in 2017, like, you guys know they're quote unquote 10th anniversary covers because we all know that the MCU really started in 2008. But I wondered if Disney wanted to give us like a head start. So if we had these in our collection and then, celebrate the MCU 2018 with the Blu-rays and, sure, they weren't wrong. I owned most of these when I started collecting them. Like Iron Man was definitely the first one because it made sense, right? Plus, I needed a new disc and the digital code. Like, seriously, I own all these movies on digital. You guys know this. And I really did wish that. I know it's impossible to, but never say never, guys, right? It'd be really cool if Disney also did release the Disney Plus shows digitally, too. Of course, they need them on the Disney Plus platform to gain more views, more subscribers, right? But, like, with Netflix shows, you know, most of their shows go onto other platforms anyway, right? Like YouTube, Vudu, Amazon. Like there's a few Netflix shows I definitely want to get on Vudu. Like, again, like the Clone Wars season 6 and Daredevil, for example. Like, yeah, and I really did wish this movie also came with the pamphlet that we would get every time we got these covers. Because imagine it had an updated list. Like, oh, you could get every film with these covers on Blu-ray. Like, oh my gosh. Sure, Black Panther is one of my least favorite films. It is a good film, but I still think this Blu-ray is definitely worth to have in your collection, guys. Even if you're not big fans of Marvel, you gotta appreciate the artwork on here. And if you want to get it just like how cool it looks, like I don't blame you guys, right? And sometimes I'm one of those rare lucky guys that reviews things first on YouTube. It depends on them. Like, I wish I could say I was the first to review this, But there's this one guy I'm kind of subscribed to, but he did review pretty much most of these Blu-rays. Um, yeah. Um, Still nostalgia, good times, like yeah. I mean, how old were you guys when these covers came out in late 2017? This was when I think they were released in October 2017, right? When Spider-Man Homecoming came out. I was still a junior, guys, and I knew it was going to be impossible to get all of them, right? All the 12 films that came out on Blu-ray with these covers cuz I didn't have a job in my junior year, you know. Like I said, I was lucky to get some of these. Um it's still pretty cool that, you know, 2 years later, 2019, Disney and Marvel got to re release them again, but on 4K format. Um, that was a perfect opportunity, too. Like, sure, it's out of everybody's budget still because we all know that the average 4K is $30. So I took my time getting the 4Ks too because like they're worth to have. And if you have the Incredible Hulk 4K as well, this is what I did with mine. I did a YouTube short on this a little while back. So you take the 4K, right, and you put everything on here. You have the 4K case, 4K disc, everything in here. So it doesn't throw the whole stack off, you know? And yeah, I know every single one of those physical Blu-rays and 4Ks will be rare and hard to find in the future, guys, because again, you're going to have these eBay sellers that are going to raise the prices up like for a crap ton of money. And if you want like a complete set of them, like, jeez. If you have yours still, keep them, all right? Like, yes, I do miss the original Blu-ray covers from their initial releases. Like, I still have some of them, guys. I'm not gonna give those away. Um, and sure, it will still throw all the stacks off with the initial releases, going forward because, I mean, hey, guys, as an MCU fan, you have personal preferences, whether you like these covers or not. And if you still want to stick with the original releases, go ahead. I'm not gonna judge, okay? Because I understand where people in the MCU and physical media community come from, like, and these things have value too, and I still want to connect with you guys on that, especially on a personal level too. And I'm hoping that I could get onto Films at Home podcast. Like, hopefully, you guys watch him. He is definitely a good guy to go to learn about Blu-rays and all that. Like, and there's some Blu-ray people names. Well, not necessarily people names. I don't know why I said that. Like, there's so many different Blu-ray names that I didn't know about. I was gonna say, like, do us physical media collectors have like names? I'm sure we do. Maybe I'm just not aware, but either way. Um, yeah, I'm happy to be in this community for as long as I have. Like, 2015 was when it started to get serious for me because again, this was when I was starting to actually know what the MCU was really like, and Phase Two was ending, right? So, um, again, it's a very personal experience for me, guys. I've explained this before in videos back, like almost 2 years ago, but like, um, I missed it being ages 14 and 15 when I was doing my MCU homework and I was finally caught up, like. And then when Civil War came out, it made it more exciting because I had all the 12 films and I had plans for these physical Blu-rays, like, and I still wanted to get like the shows too, Agents of Shield, Agent Carter, like with the 3D releases that I still have. I wanted to get DVD releases too, but I know my parents wouldn't let me get those at the time. But like like those paper, like like disc holders, like sometimes you get in Blu-rays or whatever. Like I still have like a bunch of them, and I still do it with my physical media stuff today. Like whatever extra discs I have, I put them in my movies, right? And that's something I wanted to do with the original Blu-rays, right? Like, oh man. So that plan is still into, what is it, fruition? I don't know if that's the proper word, but like I think my 14 and 15-year-old self would be happy about the fact that, I'm well almost caught up with everything. Like I said, there's some Marvel shows I need to get, but like I'm caught up with the movies. I think his mind would be blown. I mean, I was really happy when I actually completed phase 2 when I got Guardians. hmm And that's kind of what I wanted to build this YouTube channel off, starting with the MCU, and that's like the most common thing I've talked about, guys. Sure, the MCU is pretty divisive right now, but I know it's gonna get back on its feet. Like, I'm happy to hear that Kevin Feige still wants to make these movies an event, and that's what they felt like. Like, again, I've watched every single Phase 3 movie in the theater, and it's true. It is so true. Every film felt like an event. And it's, gosh, I can't wait to experience that again. Like when I went into Quantum Mania and Guardians 3, like I didn't have any high expectations. I just expected to watch a good film, and I did. You know? Like I'm happy that we're starting off with like 3 films this year. I thought those 2 were the only 2 we get this year. But with the Marvels, like sure, I have very low expectations for that film, but I'm still gonna go see it. And I'm actually happy that um, we're starting slow with the Marvel Disney Plus shows. I thought Secret Invasion was the only one to come out this year, but then again, recently we got season 2 of I Am Groot, which I still got to see, and next month season 2 of Loki starts. Like, oh my gosh, this season better be good. Like, it better redeem this show because season 1 was just so bad. Oh, my freaking jaw. Um, I'm pretty sure Kevin also wants the Disney Plus shows to feel like events too, especially on the silver screen. Like, make them like the Clone Wars, right? Because again, getting a little off topic here, but this will make sense. When Dave and George were creating the Clone Wars, they're pretty much mini movies, and they wanted families to feel like they were going to an event each week. And again, I know that personal experience with different TV shows, right? Um, yeah. I mean, if Secret Wars is coming out in 2028, then my love for the MCU better still be there, right? Um, I'm happy that I'm still loving Star Wars more right now. And I'm happy that 2020 took a break from Marvel. But I'm hoping by that time, like, again, if Secret Wars is coming out in 2028, I'm hoping I can have a date during that time. And man, that'd be so cool. But right now, the most anticipated Marvel movie I'm interested right now, I'm pretty sure everyone is on the same boat. Deadpool 3. Yep. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed Deadpool 2. I gotta watch the super duper cut. I could definitely see a lot of the problems with the first Deadpool. Um, Deadpool 2 was definitely like the redemption of it. So, with Deadpool 3, with Hugh Jackman, and it's pretty much a celebration movie and a homecoming movie for the Fox universe to end off that arc, closing off that chapter. And I really do wish that Hugh Jackman was our main Wolverine still, like for the MCU. Who knows? Again, we'll have to wait till Secret Wars. I'm used to waiting, guys, because time is pretty fast now. So, 2028 in 5 years' time is gonna come at us like that, guys. Because even as a teenager, it was kind of like exhausting in a way. Like it was like overwhelming. Like, oh no, I have to wait like a few years for Infinity War to come out. Like hey, at least I'm grateful again for those experiences that I've had with the MCU. You know, like getting caught up with everything, and like, again with the TV shows. Like again, as an MCU fan, it's a pretty big deal. You will not understand until you are fully committed to this thing. And why do you think these things are called phases, right? Because like Kevin Feige wanted to show off like the different phases, like how these movies can work. In Phase 4, it was definitely a phase of like, let's just say Phase 4 of the MCU was going through puberty, right? Yeah. Let's just think of it that way, guys. But Phase 5 is definitely going to be 10 times better, and definitely Phase 6. And Phase 7 starts the Mutant Saga, and Kevin Feige already announced the Phase 8, so, man, as long as I'm on board, and as long as they're making good content, because I'm happy that Disney is seeing, like, quality is better over quantity. In the last 2 years that we've gone with Phase 4, didn't help. But like I've said, the only film in Phase 4 that has saved. Well, not. I don't know if I should really say Phase 4, but it was the only good movie that came out of it. And you guys know where I'm going with this: Spider Man No Way Home. And I'm happy I got to see it twice in the theaters. Like, first time on its theatrical release date, and the second time for the extended cut. And I got to go see that with my mom. Like, we were both wearing our t-shirts, like, and I was hoping that Sony would release the extended cut on Blu-ray. I have the digital code, but I think they're waiting for if see like how many people can buy that. Like, guys, if that's the case, please buy it. Okay, whatever platform you have, Movies Anywhere, Vudu, Google, whatever, please buy it. I beg of you. It is worth your time. And I really wish that the Russo brothers would have released the extended cut of Endgame. I didn't get to go see it, but I definitely saw some of the stuff on YouTube, like what happened in there. Um, Still, who knows if they're ever gonna re-release that physically, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I just love talking about this stuff with you guys. You guys know this. Um, Ever since high school, like I just really want to connect with the MCU fans, both young and old, and I can talk about my personal experiences. And seriously, I want to hear your guys' experiences with the MCU, how you got into it, and if you're still in it, and if you're not in the community anymore, that's fine. Again, I respect your opinion on what you say about the MCU, because yeah, it's like I said, it's very divisive right now. Other than the fact like Quantumania and Guardians 3 have been pretty good. Secret Invasion could have been better. Again, I gotta go watch I Am Groot season 2 in the next month. Loki season 2. I'm still stuck on Agents of Shield. Like I kind of took a little break. Like I'm stuck on season 3, but like, um, yeah, I could definitely see why that show is loved by so many audiences. Like, sure, I'm still amazed this to this day. It's pretty boring, but it gets better and better. But season 2 was pretty bad. No wonder it got an Amazon release. Yeah. Um. I gotta stop with this video, guys. I don't know where I was going off with this. Like, first I'm talking about the covers, and I'm talking about my little experiences again. But you know, it's MCU related, right? You gotta expect other things in this besides talking about one thing in the MCU, right? But I'm happy that you guys took your time to um, hear me out, like talking about the covers and again a little bit my experiences. Like, we're all in this together in the MCU community, right? You gotta make this better, right? And of course, the MCU is not for everyone. Um, Even though like when you have to watch everything to get full context of things, like not everything is gonna be for you, but at least like you're happy that you watched it, right? And you got to have a better experience and have your own opinion to talk about it, right? So I'm gonna sign off now. So thank you again so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit the post notification bell, share my content if you haven't already, and please leave your suggestions in the comments below. Like, what other MCU stuff do you guys want me to talk about? Right? If you want me to talk about my personal experiences again, maybe something I've missed, I could definitely talk about those again. Again, it could be anything, right? Alright, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for buying. May the Lord be with you guys. Always up, guys. Peace out, guys, and remember, Avengers Assemble. Alright, you guys have a good night. Bye, guys.